Max Verstappen addresses swirling speculation about his future in Formula One, from shock sabbatical rumors to a potential move to Mercedes. As tensions rise, fresh details are painting a very different picture. Max Verstappen has shut down any talk of stepping away from Formula One, firmly dismissing the idea of taking a sabbatical as speculation around his future continues to swirl. The four-time world champion revealed he's actually looking to expand his racing horizons, adding other motorsport ventures alongside his F1 commitments. While rumors continue to link Verstappen with a potential move to Mercedes ahead of the 2026 rule shakeup, some have floated the idea of him taking a season off to assess the new competitive landscape, but Verstappen made it clear he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Though he's intrigued by racing beyond F1, he's fully committed to staying on the grid in the immediate future. "I'll race F1 for sure, and I'll try in the future. Combine it with any kind of other racing that is possible, that I can prepare for. Because I do want to explore a bit out of F1, which I'm already doing with testing, but eventually also racing." When asked whether a sabbatical from Formula One was on the cards, Verstappen shot down the idea, saying, No, for sure not." As Verstappen heads into the British Grand Prix weekend, speculation surrounding a potential move to Mercedes continues to loom large. When pressed on the rumors, he kept his cards close to his chest, just as he did the week before, offering no hints and staying firmly tight-lipped on the matter. "I have nothing else to add compared to what I said last week in Austria. To be honest," he said, "everything that I've said that week is still the same. Nothing has changed from my side." Verstappen is aiming to bounce back after a tough outing in Spielberg, where his race ended on the very first lap, following a collision with Kimi Antonelli. The early exit proved costly, widening the gap in the Drivers' Championship to 61 points, a setback Verstappen described as a major missed opportunity. "Last week we didn't have a great result," he said. "I think it was not a great weekend, but also a bit unlucky in general. I don't say that we would have been challenging McLaren, but we could have had a decent result." Conflicting reports continue to swirl around the specifics of Max Verstappen's exit clause from Red Bull, adding another layer of intrigue to his future. While it's confirmed that his current contract, set to run through 2028, includes a performance-related clause, the exact conditions remain a closely guarded secret. Some sources claim Verstappen could walk away from the team if he's not sitting in the top four of the drivers' standings by the summer break in August. Others suggest the threshold might be even higher, outside the top three or even the top two. Right now, Verstappen holds third place in the championship, trailing McLaren's Oscar Piastri by 61 points. He leads Mercedes' George Russell by 9 points and Ferrari's Charles Leclerc by 36. With 83 points still up for grabs before the break with races in Britain, Belgium, and Hungary. Adding to the complexity, fresh reports from Sky Sports reveal that any team hoping to pry Verstappen away would need to stump up a staggering offer, possibly north of £100 million, to buy him out of his Red Bull contract. There is some speculation that he could trigger a release clause in his contract if he falls down the standings, Sky Sports News reporter Craig Slater said. One or two outlets were reporting that he only needs to be outside of the top two by the summer break to do that. That is not my understanding. I've been consistently reporting that he needs to be outside of the top four. That's my information from pretty credible sources, and that's what I understand to be the case. I still think, like Toto Wolff, that it is extremely unlikely that Verstappen will be going away from Red Bull at the end of the season to Mercedes or Aston Martin, but let's see. Red Bull Motorsport advisor Helmut Marko isn't losing sleep over the rumored exit clauses in Max Verstappen's contract. Dismissing the speculation, Marko stated there's currently no reason to worry about any sort of exit, signaling the team's confidence in their star driver's commitment, for now. "I assume people will use a race like this to stir things up," Marko said after the Austrian Grand Prix. But again, Verstappen has a contract through 2028. Like all top drivers, there are performance-based exit clauses. But as things currently stand, there is absolutely no reason that this contract won't be fulfilled. Christian Horner has weighed in on the swirling rumors that Mercedes are in conversations with Max Verstappen about a potential move, brushing them off as a lot of noise during an increasingly tense Austrian Grand Prix weekend. The speculation gained traction in Spielberg, largely fueled by uncertainty around George Russell's contract situation with Mercedes. His current deal runs out at the end of 2025. When asked about his future, Russell downplayed any urgency, saying he's more focused on performance than rushing to sign a new contract, though he admitted it does help if there was pen on paper. He also told Sky Sports F1 that it's only normal for talks with top drivers like Verstappen to be taking place. Verstappen himself batted away the rumors, choosing to keep his attention on the racing. Horner too was questioned about the reports, but remained unfazed, chalking it all up to off-track noise. It is a lot of noise, and I think Max Verstappen gets quite annoyed by it, Horner told Sky Sports F1. We are very clear with the contract we have with Max until 2028. Anything is entirely speculative that has been said. We tend to not pay too much attention to it. I can imagine George is frustrated that he hasn't been given a contract yet, but that's between him and his team. The situation with Max, we know clearly where we are at, as does Max. Everything is subject to noise and obviously within the contract remains confidential to the two parties. Amid the ongoing speculation, Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff reaffirmed that both he and George Russell are keen to continue working together. However, Wolff acknowledged that there are still important conversations ahead, hinting that while the intention to stay aligned is mutual, the details of the future partnership still need ironing out. We're absolutely keen to continue the relationship, said Wolff in Austria. Everything goes its normal course. We have agreed on timings and we're absolutely within that framework, and it's clear silly season starts now. Some conversations you just simply need to have, but it doesn't change my fundamental opinion about how the team is going to go forwards. Another key figure in the sport has spoken about these rumors, and it's none other than his 2021 rival, Lewis Hamilton. The seventh-time world champion made it clear. If Max Verstappen decides to walk away from Red Bull, he'd be more than happy to put in a good word for Mercedes. Having won 6 of his 7 world titles with Mercedes, Hamilton didn't hold back in praising the Silver Arrows, saying, "Of course, he's coming from a great team. Many years ago, I was being asked something about, I can't remember. I think I was just so diehard Mercedes at the time, and I remember saying something about Red Bull being only a drinks company. And I always regretted it, because I was just saying that Mercedes at the time was just great. I was really just trying to G up my team, but the truth is, Red Bull have been an incredible team. There's so many people there that are exceptional, and they've dominated for years. But what I can say, if anyone was going to ask me about Mercedes, it's an amazing team also. With naturally the passion, they've got great personnel. It's a great factory, great environment to work in. So, of course I would say so. I'd be interested to see what happens. And with the rumors swirling and tensions rising, one thing's for sure. Max Verstappen isn't stepping back, and the F1 silly season is just getting started. Stay tuned because this story is far from over.